Welcome back. So far, we have completed questions from 2019 till 2023, and today I will start from 2024. Which of the following is not a steroid hormone? So these are all three are steroid hormone. This is the only one which is not steroid. So this is from the NCERT textbook. Steroid hormone exclusively are cortisol, testosterone, estradiol and progesterone. Next question. Statement 1 says the presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity. This is true. The hymen is torn during the first coitus only. This is false. Because there are other reasons for tearing up hymen, therefore torn hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity. So in this case, 1 is true, 2 is false. This is option 3 is the answer. Next one, AR question. FSH acts upon ovarian follicles in female. Follicle stimulating hormone, yes, this is correct. And Leydig cells in male. Leydig is wrong. Leydig is stimulated by LH. FSH acts on Sertoli cells. So this statement is wrong. Now the moment you have A false, so you don't even have to read the reason, directly mark option 4. Because you can see A is true here, A is true here, A is true here. So this is the only option with A is false. Regarding the hormone LH and FSH and their role in male and female, by heart this table. This will really help you. FSH in females helps in follicular growth. LH helps in ovulation, release of the secondary oocyte from Graafian follicle. See, the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis is the order in which the hormones act. In males, LH acts first. It will act on Leydig cell. Leydig cell will produce testosterone. This testosterone will help in spermatogenesis. The FSH hormone will be effective later once the spermatids are ready. Now these spermatids, which are non-motile, will be transformed into motile sperms by the process of spermiogenesis. And in this process, FSH plays an important role. It stimulates Sertoli cells. In case of females, first hormone to act on will be follicle stimulating hormone. This will stimulate the growth of ovarian follicles, which in turn will produce estrogens. And later, once they reach Graafian follicle stage, then LH will act and cause ovulation, that is release of secondary oocyte from Graafian follicle. So I hope this table will help you to clearly remember the hormones and their role. Following are the stages of pathway for conduction of an action potential through the heart. This is the sequence. Let's revise the topic and then I will come back to the question. So this is the image from NCERT. Joint diastole is considered as the beginning of one cardiac cycle. This is the stage when all the chambers are relaxed, blood flows freely in all chambers. Then it begins with firing of SA node, which is called the pacemaker. The signal transmits over the atrium and it reaches AV node. And from AV node, it is conducted down into bundle of His, which is AV bundle, and it branches out. These are bundle branches. And then finally, it spreads over the ventricles via Purkinje fibers. So this is the sequence: SA node, AV bundle, bundle branches and Purkinje fibers. So conduction, so the pathway begins from SA node. This is the beginning and it ends in Purkinje fibers. So check for E to B. E to B is in option number 1 only. So this is the answer. 3 types of muscles are given as A, B and C. Identify the correct matching pair along with their location in human body. A is smooth muscle. Is it smooth muscle? No, this is wrong. Then 2, skeletal muscle. Yes. Tricep is the example. Correct. B is smooth muscle. Yes. Seen in stomach. And C is cardiac muscle seen in heart. So we have the answer. Match question. So non-medicated IUD will be lips loop. 3, A3. A3 is in 1 and 4. So A3, B1 is in again both 1 and 4. C is either 2 or 4. Hormone releasing IUD is LNG, C4. So option 4 is the answer. Next question, assertion reason question. Breastfeeding during initial period of infant growth is recommended by doctors for bringing a healthy baby. Correct. This statement is correct. Reason: colostrum contains several antibodies absolutely essential to develop resistance for the newborn baby. Colostrum is the term given to the milk which is produced after parturition, after childbirth. And this is important because it contains several antibodies, and these antibodies will protect the baby, and therefore it will help in bringing up a healthy baby. So reason is justifying assertion. So you will have to select both are true and R is the correct explanation of A. This table is not given in NCERT textbook, but this is common sense. It is not just the antibodies, but there are other features of breast milk which are important for the baby. Number one, the milk is sterile. Okay, it comes from mother's body, it is sterile, and that is the most important thing. Because no matter what, contamination do occur in milk. And because milk is highly nutritious, the chances of contamination is high. Second thing, it is warm. Its warmness is very important. The gut of newborn baby is highly delicate. So this is another important factor which will be important for the health of baby. Then it has right proportion, right combination of nutrients, minerals and water. And most importantly, it will help in developing intimacy between mother and child. Which of the following is not a natural traditional contraceptive method? Waltz. Yes, this is the answer. It is a barrier method. Next one. Whenever you have this kind of match, read the column with more words. Provides additional space for neurons, regulates posture and balance. So posture and balance are related to cerebellum. D1. D1 is only in option 2. This is the answer. So I will use this question as an opportunity to revise everything related to brain. Brain is divided into 3 different parts: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. So first one, forebrain with the cerebral hemisphere. The cerebral cortex contain motor areas, sensory areas and association areas. Thalamus coordinates sensory as well as motor signaling. Hypothalamus lies at the base of thalamus. It controls body temperature, urge for eating and drinking. So in the earlier videos I have mentioned how the osmoreceptors present in hypothalamus increases the urge for drinking in case of excessive loss of body fluid. Now in addition to this, it also secretes hormone which are hypothalamic hormones, and it is secreted by special cells called neurosecretory cells. Last one, limbic system. This is related to the sexual behavior and expression of emotional reactions and motivations. Brainstem includes midbrain and pons and medulla oblongata. It connects the brain to spinal cord. It makes sense also. Brainstem will connect brain and spinal cord. Midbrain, it will be between forebrain and hindbrain. Specifically, it is below thalamus and hypothalamus. And finally, the hindbrain. Pons is responsible for interconnecting different regions of the brain. Cerebellum is involved in coordination. See, this is one example which you have studied in class 10th. Picking a pencil. So controlling the hand movements to precisely pick the pencil, it is controlled by cerebellum. So in case of cerebral ataxia, then these fine motor skills are affected. Finally, medulla is involved in controlling respiration, cardiovascular reflexes, and gastric secretions. Expiratory capacity will be TV plus ERV. Here it is, TV plus ERV. A is 2. A2 is in 1 and 3. Then B is either 4 or 1. B is functional residual capacity. This will be RV plus ERV. So B will be definitely 4. Option 1 is the answer. So these formulas are very important, and you should practice it regularly. So first one, IC, inspiratory capacity. This will be TV plus IRV. Next, EC, expiratory capacity. This will be TV plus ERV. Next, FRC, functional residual capacity. This will be related to the residual volume. So RV plus ERV, expiratory reserve volume. Next, VC. This will be TV plus IRV plus ERV. TV plus IRV plus ERV. And finally, TLC, total lung capacity, will be VC plus RV. So VC already includes this. So this plus RV will give you TLC. Next one, which of the following are autoimmune disorders? Myasthenia gravis. This is autoimmune disorder against acetylcholine receptors, and this leads to progressive weakening of muscles. So A will definitely be in the answer. Strike out this and this wherever you don't see A. So now you can see B is common, it is correct. You have to only rule out between D and E. What is D? It is muscular dystrophy. Dystrophy, this is genetic disorder, not autoimmune disorder. So this will not be the answer. Strike it out. Right answer is option 2. Now, in case you don't know what systemic lupus erythematosus is, because it is not mentioned in NCERT, you can still arrive at the right answer. So this question is designed in such a way to check your ability to eliminate the wrong ones to arrive at the right answer. Okay, so this is the approach you should use. We will continue from here. Which of the following is not a component of fallopian tube? Okay, the first one, the name suggests it is part of uterus, uterine fundus. So option 1 is the right answer. So this is ovary. This part, which is finger-like projection, which help in capturing the secondary oocyte at the time of ovulation, this is called fimbriae. And this part is called infundibulum. This is ampulla. This is isthmus. And this region is called ampullary isthmic junction. The significance of ampullary isthmic junction is it is the site where fertilization happens. So after ovulation, the secondary oocyte will travel and sit here. So sperm released in the vagina near the cervix has to travel the cervical canal and then uterus and all the way here till ampullary isthmic junction for a successful fertilization. In match question, always read the list with more words. Adjacent vertebrae, limited movement. Vertebral column has cartilaginous joints. B is 1. Okay, so option 4 is the only one with B1 combination. So this is the answer. Next one, humerus and pectoral girdle. This will be ball and socket joint. 2 will be D2. Then skull has fibrous joints, A3. And last one, knee has hinge joint. Next one, in the nephron, the descending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water and permeable to electrolytes. This is false statement. It is permeable to water. It is other way around. Next one, the proximal convoluted tubule is lined by simple columnar. Columnar is wrong. It is cuboidal. Brush bordered epithelium, which increases the surface area for reabsorption. Everything is correct except for this term. So both are incorrect. Both statements are false. So see, what you have to remember is this is the descending limb, this is the ascending limb. Just remember one feature and you will be able to guess everything else. The opposite of this will be it is impermeable. Ascending is impermeable to water. And if it is permeable to water, then obviously it will be impermeable to electrolyte. And this section, ascending limb, will be permeable to electrolytes. So just to avoid confusion, remember just one parameter and you can guess rest of them. So see, the descending limb of loop of Henle is permeable to water, which I have shown here. Descending is permeable to water and impermeable to electrolytes. In the second statement, instead of columnar, we have simple cuboidal brush bordered epithelium. Which of the following factors are favorable for the formation of oxyhemoglobin in alveoli? High PO2, high PCO2, wrong. High PO2 is correct, less H plus is also correct. So option 2 is the answer. Low PCO2, high H plus is wrong. Low PCO2, high temperature, this is also wrong. So option 2 is the answer. So keep this in mind. For formation of oxyhemoglobin, you need only high PO2. Rest of the factors, PCO2, H plus concentration and temperature are low. And it is other way around for dissociation of oxyhemoglobin. Low PO2 and rest of the factors are high. Next question. The cerebral hemispheres are connected by nerve tract known as corpus callosum. This is correct. The brainstem consists of medulla oblongata, pons, and cerebrum. Cerebrum is wrong. It is midbrain. So 1 is correct and 2 is false. Option 3. So this is the structure, okay? Brainstem consists of midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. And the role is it helps in connecting brain with spinal cord. Next one, match question. In match question, always read the list which has more words. Excess secretion of cortisol, moon phase, and hyperglycemia. Excess cortisol will be Cushing syndrome. So C is 1. C1 is in option 2 and 4. Next, hyposecretion of thyroid hormone and stunted growth. This is cretinism. D is 2. So C1 and D2. So this D3 is wrong. Option 4 is the right answer. Next one, hypersecretion of thyroid hormone and protruding eyeballs. So the hint is here, exophthalmia. So this is A is 3, A3 is here. And the last one, excessive secretion of growth hormone. And the statement should have been in adulthood. That is acromegaly. So the proportion of all the facial features is lost due to this excess secretion of growth hormone. We will continue from here. Choose the correct statement given below regarding juxtamedullary nephron. Juxtamedullary nephrons are located in the columns of Bertini. This is incorrect. So see, this is the image from NCERT textbook. This is called renal cortex and this is renal medulla. So you can see the cortex protruding inside medulla. These are called column of Bertini. Now in this image it is not clear what happens to these blood vessels. So you can check this different image. See, clearly you can see the column of Bertini will hold these blood vessels. So column of Bertini are also called renal columns. They are extensions of the renal cortex into medulla. So this is the definition. And the role is it provide better anchoring for the cortex and house blood vessels and urinary tubules. So this statement obviously is incorrect. Next one. Renal corpuscle of juxtamedullary nephron lies in the outer portion of the renal medulla. They are in the renal cortex. So renal and Malpighian corpuscle both stand for the same structure, which is the Bowman's capsule along with the glomerulus. So Malpighian corpuscle along with PCT and DCT, they are situated in the cortical region. Okay, it's only the loop of Henle, and that too the loop of Henle of juxtamedullary nephrons that dip into medulla. Next one, loop of Henle of juxtamedullary nephron runs deep into medulla. This is correct. So juxtamedullary nephrons, they have very long loop of Henle and it runs deep into the medulla. This is correct statement. Let's check the last option also. Juxtamedullary nephrons outnumber the cortical nephrons. This is incorrect. So the statement says majority of nephrons, the loop of Henle is too short and extends only very little into the medulla. These are cortical nephrons. So majority are cortical nephrons. Some of the nephrons are juxtamedullary. So juxtamedullary nephron outnumber cortical nephrons. This is incorrect statement. So right answer is option 3. Match question. So when you have lots of words, read that list first. Heart muscles are electrically silent. It's not P wave, QRS no, T wave no. It will be TP gap, D1. D1 is in option number 2 only. This is the answer. Identify the correct option A, B, C and D with respect to spermatogenesis. So here you can see GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. So this is going to stimulate pituitary gland, LH, and this obviously will be FSH. A is FSH. So you can see FSH in 1 and 3. So strike out 2 and 4. This is wrong. ICSH is LH. So LH and LH cannot be in the question. Okay. Next one, B. LH acts on something and then androgens are released. So this something is Leydig cell. B is Leydig. So you can see here it is Sertoli. So 3 is wrong. Right answer is option number 1. Then C are Sertoli cells. So follicle stimulating hormone is going to stimulate Sertoli cells, which will release factors and cause spermiogenesis, transformation of non-motile spermatids into spermatozoa or the sperms, motile sperms. So in this question, the biggest hint was GnRH. You should be aware of all the hypothalamic hormones because it will guide you which hormones are released by pituitary. Hypothalamus is situated at the basal part of diencephalon. The cells are called neurosecretory cells. They produce hormones and regulate the synthesis and secretion of pituitary hormones. Hypothalamus releases 2 types of hormones. Releasing hormone will stimulate the anterior pituitary to release hormones. Like this is the example given in NCERT, GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. Other examples which are not given are thyrotropin releasing hormone, growth hormone releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone. And in case of inhibiting, this obviously is going to inhibit the pituitary gland, and the example is somatostatin. As per ABO blood grouping system, the blood group of father is B positive, mother is A positive, and child is O positive. Their respective genotype can be. The moment you see child is O positive, that means the genotype is homozygous recessive. So strike out other ones. Strike this thing out. Now we have A and B. Now parents have to be heterozygous because both are contributing the recessive I allele. So this will be heterozygous B group and this is heterozygous A group. Here I can see homozygous B and A. So this is again wrong. Right answer is option number 1. First one, match question. Joint between humerus and pectoral girdle. This is ball and socket. A2. A2 is in 1 and 4. Then B is either 3 or 1. Knee joint will be a hinge joint. B is 3. So option 1 is the answer. Next one. A person with blood group A Rh negative can receive the blood transfusion from which of the following types? So A cannot receive from B or AB. So strike it out. This is wrong. This is wrong. Then since this is Rh negative, Rh positive cannot be transfused. So we are left with these two. O is universal donor. It can donate to A and it is Rh negative. So yes. So option C and D are the answer. Option 4. Next one. Epinephrine. Epinephrine is emergency hormone, A4. A4 is in option 3 only. Next one. Thyroxine. Thyroxine is related to basal metabolic rate, the metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and fats. Then oxytocin, this is related to smooth muscle contraction, uterine contractions during parturition. And glucagon is hyperglycemic hormone. It increases blood sugar level. So the answer is option number 3. During menstrual cycle, the ovulation takes place approximately on 14th day. This is correct. And reason statement says rapid secretion of LH in the middle of menstrual cycle induces rupture of Graafian follicle and thereby the release of ovum. Ovulation is because of LH, luteinizing hormone, and this is going to cause rupture of Graafian follicle and thereby release of, it is actually secondary oocyte, but yes, it is acceptable. It eventually becomes ovum. So this statement is correct, and it is the correct justification of assertion, correct explanation of assertion. So we will have to mark both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Next one, copper releasing IUD is multi-load 375, A2. A2 is in 1, 3 and 4. Then we have B4 or B1. B is non-medicated IUD is Lips loop. B should be 4. So now we have 1 and 4. Next one, C is either 3 or 1. Contraceptive barrier. So we are left with LNG20 and Wald. So this will be Wald. C is 1 over here, option 4. This is the answer. Hormone releasing IUD is LNG20. Next one, arrange the following paths in human mammary gland traversing the route of milk ejection. So right from production of milk to ejection. So the route will be, the milk is produced in alveoli, mammary alveolus. And then it goes down in mammary tubules. These are fine tubes which merge into mammary duct and then into ampullae, and finally it is out from lactiferous duct. So it begins with C, ends in B. C and ends in B. So option 3 is the answer. So see, to attempt such questions, you have to be absolutely clear with the definition. This is very important topic. So let's revise it once again. Once you have all these 4 volumes, the definition and the values clear in your mind, then go ahead and by heart the capacities. So the first one will be inspiratory capacity. For that, the 2 values are TV and IRV. If you add both of them, you will get inspiratory capacity. And what will be the definition of IC? The total volume of air one can inspire after normal expiration. Normal expiration. EC will be C, TV plus ERV. One can expire after normal inspiration. The next one will be FRC. For that you need these 2 values, RV and ERV. So FRC is functional residual volume. So the definition is almost the same, except instead of forcible you will have normal expiration. See, normal expiration, volume of air that remains in lungs after normal expiration. You add these 2 values, you will get FRC. And finally we have VC and TLC. So vital capacity formula is TV plus IRV plus ERV. So the definition will be volume of air one can inspire after forcible expiration. Inspire after forcible expiration. And TLC will be the volume of air that remains in lung at the end of forced inspiration. And you add all 4 volumes, you will get TLC. Schwann cells, they secrete myelin sheath. So this is here, A3. A3 is in option 1 only. Synaptic knob secretes neurotransmitter. Yeah, B1. Then next one, bipolar are seen in retina and multipolar in cerebral cortex. Next one, diuresis is prevented by renin will cause sodium and water reabsorption. It will prevent diuresis. This is correct. But look at the statement. Renin from JG cell via switching off the osmoreceptor. It doesn't switch off the osmoreceptor. Now this is wrong. Renin is not released in response to switching off of osmoreceptor. So this part of the statement is incorrect. ANF from adrenal medulla. This is also wrong. And ANF is not involved in preventing diuresis. It causes diuresis. And it is not secreted by adrenal medulla. It is secreted by heart, the atrium of heart. Next, aldosterone from adrenal medulla. Aldosterone prevents diuresis, but it is not secreted by adrenal medulla. It is adrenal cortex. So this is also wrong. The last one is vasopressin from neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis is posterior pituitary. So yes, this helps in preventing diuresis, and this is the reason the other name of vasopressin is antidiuretic hormone. So this is correct. Option 4 is right. Following is the list of STDs. Select the diseases which are not completely curable. Genital warts is curable, herpes is not, syphilis is curable, hepatitis B is not, trichomoniasis is curable. So which are not curable are herpes and hepatitis B and D. Option 2. Next one. Lub sound of heart is caused by. So lub and dub. Lub is the first sound. First sound is produced when the tricuspid and bicuspid they close. So opening will never be in the answer. Closure of semilunar valves is wrong. The right answer is closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valves. Option 4. This is on female genitalia, a fleshy fold of tissue surrounding the vaginal opening. So it will be labia majora. D1. D1 is in 1 and 2. Next one, fatty cushion of cells covered by skin and hair. This is mons pubis. So A is 2. D1 and A2. Option 1 is the only one with this combination, so this is the right answer. Tiny finger-like structure above labia minora will be clitoris. Thin membrane-like structure covering vaginal opening is hymen, C4. Identify the wrong statement. Erythropoietin is produced by juxtaglomerular cells of the kidney. This is correct statement. So we have to identify the wrong ones. So A is correct, therefore it cannot be the answer. Strike out A. A is here and A is here. Next one. Leydig cells produce androgens. This is correct. Testosterone is produced by Leydig. B we have already ruled out. Atrial natriuretic factor, a peptide hormone, is secreted by seminiferous tubule is wrong. It is secreted by atrium of heart. So C is wrong, therefore it will be the answer. Now we have already removed C from here, so this is the only option with C. So option 3 is the right answer. A will also be wrong. Gastrin acts on intestinal wall. No, it acts on stomach. And this is the reason it is wrong. Cholecystokinin is produced by GIT. Yes, it is produced by duodenum. So D is correct. So one by one, let's go through all of them. Juxtaglomerular cells of kidney produces a peptide hormone, erythropoietin, and as the name suggests, it is involved in erythropoiesis, production of RBCs. Leydig cells are also called interstitial cells, present in the intertubular spaces. It produces androgen called testosterone, and it is involved in development of male characteristics. All male characteristics. Atrial natriuretic factor is secreted by atrial walls of heart in response to high blood pressure. So this ANF is going to cause vasodilation. By increasing the volume, the pressure will come back to normal. Then gastrin acts on gastric glands, stimulates the secretion of HCl and pepsinogen. Chief cells or the peptic cells produce pepsinogen. Oxyntic cells or parietal cells produce HCl. Cholecystokinin, it stimulates the secretion of pancreatic enzymes and bile juice. pancreatic enzymes from pancreas, bile juice from gallbladder. Concentrated urine is formed due to counter-current mechanism in nephron. Yes, this is correct. And counter-current mechanism helps to maintain osmotic gradient in the medullary interstitium. This is also correct. Both the statements are correct. Next one. In match question, read the column with more words. Several antibodies for newborn babies. It is colostrum. C1. C1 is only in option number 1. Collection of ovum after ovulation. This will be by Fimbre. D is 2. D2. Fetal ejection reflex is parturition. A3. A3. Secretion of the hormone HCG. This will be placenta. B will be 4. B4. B4. Welcome back. We will continue from here. The mother has A positive blood group, the father has B positive, and the child is A positive. What can be the possibility of genotypes of all three respectively? So because father is B positive and child is A positive, this indicates that father is heterozygous for B and child will also be heterozygous. So look for heterozygous A in the options. This cannot be the genotype of child. This also cannot be. So we have B, D and E, heterozygous A. Then heterozygous B is this one. This is not heterozygous, so rule this thing out. This is heterozygous. And then mother is A positive. So mother can be both homozygous and heterozygous. So the answer is option number B and E, option number 4. This is the answer. So see, it might look like you have to make a Punnett square or something. All these options might look intimidating, but it is not that scary. So when attempting such questions, you have to keep in mind that A and B, these two blood groups can be either homozygous or heterozygous. In this question, the biggest hint was father was B positive. So when you have child which is A positive of a parent who is B positive, this clearly indicates that this parent is heterozygous and has contributed the recessive allele to the child. And the dominating allele is coming from the other parent. The A allele is coming from mother and father has given the recessive I. Select the correct statement regarding mechanism of muscle contraction. It is initiated by signals sent by CNS via sensory neuron. Sensory is wrong. This is basic information. Everybody knows it is motor neuron. A is wrong. A, strike it out. Neurotransmitter generates action potential in the sarcolemma. This is correct. B is correct. So wherever B is not there, remove that option. So there's no B in option 2, so this cannot be the answer. Now we have E is common, B is common. We have to rule out between C and D. C is increased calcium levels leads to binding of calcium with troponin on actin filaments. This is correct. C is correct. So this has to be the right answer. Option 1. Next one, D. D is incorrect. Let's check. Masking of active site for actin is activated. So this statement is incorrect because the correct statement would be unmasking of active site for myosin is activated. So let me explain you these two statements. These are little complicated and students might get confused between these two statements. So you have to be very clear in your mind about the structure of myosin. So the basic unit of myosin is called meromyosin. This is called heavy meromyosin. It has head and arm. Okay, and this part is called light meromyosin, which is the tail. Head region has actin binding site as well as ATP binding site. Now this site will interact with actin, something like this. Okay, so actin will have the myosin binding sites, which are usually masked by tropomyosin. So what you can see here, these black dots are troponin and these yellow and red lines are tropomyosin. So calcium binds to troponin and troponin causes structural changes in tropomyosin. So it is going to displace tropomyosin, and once the tropomyosins are out of place, they are going to expose myosin binding sites on actin filaments. So once the site for myosin binding on actin is exposed, then the cross bridge formation will happen and actin can easily slide over myosin. This is the last question of re-exam 2024 paper. Assertion statement: during the transportation of gases, about 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide is carried by hemoglobin as carbaminohemoglobin. This is correct, 20 to 25%. The binding is related to high pCO2 and low PO2 in tissues. The statement is correct, and this is the correct justification of assertion. The reason is hemoglobin is a transporter molecule and it is designed in such a way that it will bind to that gas which will have higher partial pressure. So in the tissues, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is high, it is around 45, and PO2 is low, it is 40. So this is on higher side. So this is the reason hemoglobin will bind to carbon dioxide and lead to formation of carbaminohemoglobin. So the answer will be option number 3. Both the statements are true and R is the correct explanation of A. When you consider oxygen and CO2, okay, the percentage of oxyhemoglobin is 97% and carbon dioxide is 20 to 25%. Then another value which you have to remember is the dissolved oxygen. This will be 3% and this is dissolved carbon dioxide is 7%. And the last value which you should keep in mind is the percentage of bicarbonate. It is 70%. Okay, so carbon dioxide is transported in 3 different forms: as carbaminohemoglobin, as dissolved carbon dioxide, and as bicarbonate. Oxygen, on the other hand, is transported in 2 different forms: as oxyhemoglobin and as dissolved oxygen. So finally we reach the end of OG series on human physiology, and thanks a lot for watching.